Hey, everybody, come on in. We see you out there. It's time for the Sunday Funnies for the is it the 29th of September already.
Already.
Soon be Christmas.
I know. Years going by way too fast. We'll run the opening and get right to it. Hang on, folks. Here we go. Right. Absolutely. Come on in, everybody. It's Sunday morning. The chat is there, but we won't be able to read it because this is pre-recorded. Boom. Here we are. So be nice. Be nice in the chat. We're here to look at a great book, great property. One of the best of the best. And here with me is Mr. Glenn Fleming. Glenn, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Glenn Fleming. I'm a writer, artist, and publisher. I've written 12 books and published them so far. But most relevant to this show is my book about my visits to see the late, great Jack Kirby at his house in California. I'm also an artist, and I draw stuff like that. All traditional, classic way, done with pen and ink and pencils and all kinds of stuff.
The best.
Sorry?
The best kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I also publish Comics Unlimited, which is a 100-page magazine about comics, which features interviews and articles. Both Randy and Russ have been in several issues of this, and issue 16 is coming soon.
Woohoo!
All right. I didn't even introduce myself, folks. I'm your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find me over at arrowcomics.store. You can find a lot of work that I've done over there. So go over there and take a look. Also joining us this morning is Mr. Russ Leach. Russ, introduce yourself, please.
My name is Russ Leach. I'm a comic book artist from the UK. Done some stuff. Bit of Batman. Bit of Doctor Who. Bit of Ben 10. Bit of this. Bit of that. Most important, I did the Shadow Kingdom with Randy and Arrow Comics. Very, very, very proud of this book. It's an adaptation of Robert E. Howard's supposed first sword and sorcery tale with Cull in it, and we'll be moving on with those characters as their public domain, and in the style of Robert E. Howard, we'll be telling more stories about what Cull and Brawl do after that book. You can find it in the pages of the Atlantean. It's got artwork like this in it, real artwork, proper artwork. Yeah. And you can find out more about that. The crowdfunder will be going live hopefully at the end of this week, and you can find out more about it, stay up to date with all the information on that by going to russleach.com and signing up for the email list. There you go.
Might be live by the time you see this.
Might be.
Go over there and check it out. Fundmycomic.com. Fundmycomic.com, folks. Today, we're going to be looking at the stainless steel rat.
Nice.
Wonderful collection. The deluxe edition. Brought to us by Rebellion, I believe. 2000 AD. Still a 2000 AD publication. There's no mention of Rebellion here. All right. Nope, there is. It is Rebellion. It is right there.
When was this published? This book?
The book was published in 2000 and
2001, is it?
2001 or 2021.
Oh, right. So it's new then.
Yeah, okay. 2021. This actually covers 2000 AD Progs 140 through 151. the stainless steel rat series in numbers 166 through 177, and the stainless steel rat for president, which ran from 393 to 404. The copyrights range from 79 to 2010.
Wow.
So it's got 3 stories, 3 volumes in it. Original work by Harry Harrison, and who is credited with the script of the original novel, and Kevin Coswell, who did the adaptation. Art by Carlos Esquera. Letters by Jack Potter. So here we go. In 2000 ADs used to have an exterior cover in color, and the 2-page spread in the center was also in color. So some of these pages are in color and some of them aren't.
Do you think they've taken this direct from the comic?
Yeah, I'm sure they have.
Well, just scanned it straight in from the comic.
Yeah.
Rather than the artwork, yeah.
Yeah, they might have figured how the coloring looks on this. Looks a little off.
And if they got the original film, they'll be okay, won't they?
Yeah, I suppose.
Pretty much. It's still a little, I don't know, it looks like it was printed on newsprint.
Because that red doesn't look good, does it?
No, it's a little
Back of that lettering, it's not good.
It does look that way, but it's kind of cool because you kind of get the newsprint even though it's been printed again.
Yeah, here, get that feel. Like some of it's soaked in a little bit.
Scrum.
Looks like a very early Apple Mac.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, what was it called? I can't remember what it was called. I can't remember. Yeah, I had that on my Apple Classic in 1990.
God, classic. Yeah, God.
I think I looked at it and thought, I'll do my own.
I remember I went for a job interview at the end of the 80s. I think it was about 88. And they had these tiny little screens. There was several people operating them. And this guy who interviewed me was so excited about the fact that he could kern text on the fly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, right. Yeah, I'm totally blown away by this, mate. Yeah.
I think I told you on my Classic, it cost me 600 quid.
Yeah.
And it was about the size of a toaster. And the screen was about 6x4, black and white. And the first job I did on it was a colour price guide.
Mm-hmm.
So I was panicking until it was printed.
I did, yeah. The first computer I ever bought would have been Classic 2 or 2CV or whatever it is. Oh, that's a car, isn't it? I can't remember what it was. It had a 2 at the end of it and it had a 14-inch monitor, and it was a 10 by 120. So for all you kids out there, that's a 10 megabytes of RAM.
Yeah.
And 120 megabytes of hard drive.
Yeah.
Well, my class, I've said this before, my Classic, the operating, megage was 16 meg, and which was more than Apollo 11's Eagle landed on the moon.
Yeah.
And there I was 20 years later with a machine more powerful than Neil Armstrong's, you know what I mean? But then I guess that's
Kerning text.
Yeah, kerning text, yeah. Doing colour jobs on a black and white screen and panicking. Lying awake all night. Lying awake all night, hoping that the discount was in the right colour. Anyway. Great.
Early adopters, eh? Early adopters.
I've always used Macs and color screens. So,
yeah.
But my first was a 2 gig storage, which wasn't much. But anyway, that was about
120 meg.
That was about 3 systems ago. So
I wish I'd kept it now. It would have been a nice little thing on the shelf, you know.
Yeah, it would have been, a little ditty, wouldn't it? Yeah. I remember it having some 3D program in it, and it was all in wireframe.
Mm-hmm.
It took forever to move anything. It was so basic.
Yeah. Always crunching.
you couldn't run all the software at the same time. If you were working in Quark, you had to quit it and then go into Illustrator, then quit it and go into Photoshop.
Well, yeah, but yeah, I mean, multi, what is it? Multi-string, multi-tasking. That's it.
Yeah.
Multitasking in CPUs didn't exist then.
Yeah.
God, how did we get by? Eh?
I've got that problem in my layout system now. If I'm not careful and use the main access memory, it'll just tell me no after a while.
No.
Yeah.
I have multitasking issues in my head.
Yeah. My current system, I don't have that problem. So anyway, I could do whatever on it, but I asked my IT guy to give me the most he can, the best he can. That was about 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I still have about 1 terabyte and 3/4 I haven't used up yet. So, yeah.
Better get on then.
I guess. I try.
Just fill it up. Fill it up.
This is Carlos Esquera, folks. This is why I like this guy's work. He's so beautiful in his inking work and his
yeah, and he designed the Judge Dredd
line work
costume, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Yep, he is half creator of Judge Dredd, credited, and is mainly known for Strontium Dog. But this is another property that he did that ran through 2000 AD. So I got the rights to do the adaptions. This is like it takes a thief in the future type situation. That's the easy way to describe it. The guy is a thief in the future who gets caught and then starts basically stealing stuff for a higher purpose or a better conscience. So he's a bad guy that turns good.
I had some artwork Judge Dredd published in the magazine, a book that was put together when he was ill to pay for some medical fees. That's my claim to fame with Carlos Esquera. I can't remember who it was now. Got it together a few years ago because he died a few years ago, didn't he? Yeah, he hadn't been well, so somebody had the great idea of getting like a crowdfund thing, and we all donated artwork to it. So I hope he saw mine.
I spoke to him a couple of times, and he's very nice.
Yeah.
Very polite, lovely fella.
Passed in October 1st of 2018. So it's
it's a little while ago now, isn't it?
Kind of fitting. We're looking at his stuff here today.
So this is adapted from a science fiction novel.
Yeah, series of novels.
Right. That I've never read. I don't think I've read any of this stuff.
I was always curious about it, and then because I had it in 2000 AD and read it here and there, but when the collected came out, I had to jump on it.
Yeah.
Not just because it was Carlos's work, but because I knew the story was really, really good and wanted to finish reading it. Carlos, born in Abides, Abdides, a province of Zaragoza.
Zaragoza. Yeah.
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 Esquera started his career drawing westerns and war stories for Spanish publishers. In 1973, he got work in the UK market through his agent, Barry Coker. Drawing for girls' romance titles such as Valentine and Maribel, as well as westerns for Thorpe and Porter's Pocket Western Library, and a variety of adventure strips for D.C. Thompson and Company's The Wizard. Despite the UK was a convenient market for artists living in Spain, as the exchange rate meant the work paid well, Esquera decided to move to London to be nearer to the work, settling in Croydon with his wife. 1974, on the strength of his uncredited work for The Wizard, Pat Mills and John Wagner headhunted him Drew Coker to work on the new IPC title Battle Picture Weekly, where he drew Rat Pack, inspired by the film Dirty Dozen. The strip was written by Gary Finley Day, featured a gang of criminals recruited to carry out suicide missions. Oh, well, there you are. There we
He only
go.
got that. He only got that gig for one gig, though, didn't they?
His commitments elsewhere meant he couldn't draw it full time, and other artists were also used. In '76, Battle editor Dave Hunt convinced him to commit himself to the title, offering him the laid-back anti-hero Major Easy, written by Alan Hebden. Square drew nearly 100 episodes in the next 2.5 years, basing the character's appearance on the actor James Coburn. He was asked to visualize a new character, a future lawman named Judge Dredd, for the Science Fiction Weekly 2000 AD, prior to its launch in '77. His elaborate designs displeased the strip's writer John Wagner, but impressed editor Pat Mills, and his cityscapes persuaded Mills to set the strip further into the future than initially intended. But Wagner temporarily quit over ownership issues, and Esquerra followed him when the first published appearance of the character was drawn by another artist, Mike McMahon. He returned to Battle, where he once again teamed up with Alan Hebden to create El Metzio, a black gun for hire who played both sides against the middle during the American Civil War. Oh, I bet that's an interesting strip. That's the first I've heard of that. '78, he and Wagner created Strontium Dog, science fiction western about a bounty hunter in a near future where mutants are an oppressed minority forced into doing such dirty work. He created that for Star-Lord, a short-lived sister title to 2000 AD with higher production values. Star-Lord was later merged with 2000 AD, bringing Strontium Dog with it. Esquerra was almost the only artist to draw the character until 1988, when writer Alan Grant decided to kill him off in a storyline called The Final Solution. Esquerra disagreed with the decision and refused to draw the story, which was instead illustrated by Simon Harrison and Colin McNeil. In 2000, Wagner and Esquerra revived Strontium Dog based on a treatment Wagner had written for an abortive TV pilot. Initially, stories were set before the character's death and a revised continuity, but 2010's The Life and Death of Johnny Alpha brought Johnny back from the dead. Other 2080 strips he drew included Friends of the Eastern Front, 1980, a vampire story set in World War II, written by Gary Finley Day. Yeah. And adaptations of Harry Harrison's Stainless Steel Rat novels, with the title character once again resembling James Coburn. In 1982, he returned to Judge Dredd to draw The Apocalypse War, a 7-month epic, which he drew in its entirety. He continued to draw the character semi-regularly, handling the whole of Necropolis in 1990, Origins in 2006 to 2007, and many others. His son Hector inked and colored in the pencil work for Strontium Dog between 2008 and 2012. This is the character Stogie from the long-running 2000 AD strip Robo Hunter was given the full name Carlos Sanchez Robo Stogie in tribute to Esquerra. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm sorry, go ahead. No, I'm going to say I'd rather live in Tharagossa than Croydon, but that's me.
Yeah.
Also elaborated on numerous times with writer Garth Ennis on Bloody Mary, the adventures of the Rifle Brigade, War Stories, The Boys, the Self-Preservation Society, a Hitman Annual, 2 Preacher specials, The Good Old Boys and the Saint of Killers miniseries for DC, and Just a Pilgrim for Black Bull Entertainment. Esquerra occasionally used the pen name L. John Silver for work such as 2000 AD's The Riddle of Astral Assassin, The Riddle of the Astral Assassin in Prague 118, and ABC Warriors Prague's 134 through 136. He won the National Cartoonist Award, or the National Comics Award for Best Artist in Comics Today in 2001, and an Inkpot Award in 2015. In later life, Esquerra moved to Andorra. He died of lung cancer on the 1st of October, 2018, at the age of 70. He never retired, and his uncompleted final work, Spectre, was published posthumously in June 2019 by 2000 AD. In May of 2023, the government of Zaragoza voted to name a street after him.
Wow.
There we are.
There you go.
So he basically went home then, because Andorra is where Zaragoza is. So
Yeah.
he went home.
That's how big he was, folks.
Wow. Could be Rutger Hauer playing him, couldn't it?
What a
Yeah.
career.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful career. Never retired. Here we are back in the center
look at
fold
that.
again.
Right.
Just love his feathering work. I guess you would call that stippling, right? With dashes, though.
Yeah.
A lot of Mobius is like that.
Yeah.
Isn't afraid to run, makes things look a little more used, a little bit dirtier.
He really has a unique style, doesn't he?
He sure does. Yeah. Just incredible stuff. And oddly enough, I think the stuff he did in the American market is a lot worse. It is obviously rushed and doesn't look nearly as sweet and as nice as this material. This and Astronium Dog material are just amazing. If you look at Bloody Mary, and he did another series where I was really excited to buy it because it was a square, and I think somebody went over and inked him. Can't remember what it was now, but it was rather disappointing to see. Another favorite of mine, Daniel Torres, did that too. He come over here to the States and started working for DC, and his stuff was just terrible, just absolutely rushed, and it didn't have any of the original uniqueness to it that his other work had. But his English work always had a look to it. Strontium Dog is phenomenal. Really, a little bit more grungier than this.
Yeah, he has a really sort of scratchy style, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But it's nice.
Yeah, love it.
It's quite unsettling, really, isn't it? Which I think gives it part of its charm. Really, it makes you. It's not. It doesn't use a nice line, if you know what I mean. But it's very effective.
It's just got a super unique look to me that I find very appealing. It's cartoony enough, and just his composition and his layouts are great, just ideal, I think.
And he always uses that round panel edge, doesn't he? The panel.
He likes that.
Yeah. Most of the time.
Curve on it, yeah.
Bloody Mary, that was the series he did for DC Helix. I was like, not quite as good as this material. Carl Malden, ladies and gentlemen, right there.
Yeah. So did he obviously like with Dave Gibbons and Alan Moore fell under the DC spell, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But he didn't do too much at DC, did he?
Couple of series. No, right. He didn't do any of the mainstream characters. If that's what he did, Preacher, I guess that would be kind of mainstream. Right. Batman Legends of the Dark Knight he did with John Wagner back number 101.
I'm just wondering how long he stayed there.
97, 96. He did Bloody Mary in 96.
Right.
Looks like he was there. The Preacher special was 2011. So he worked off and on there.
All
for 'em.
right, so that's quite recent then, because I'm thinking 80s when they all went over there, wasn't it? Late 80s. So he's working on and off for them.
Yeah.
I know Cam Kennedy had a bad time, and obviously Gibbons and Moore, or at least Alan Moore, had a bad time. So just a shame.
Yeah. More has a bad time with all the publishers, I think. The only one he's ever really gotten along with was Avatar.
Yeah.
So.
Didn't John Wagner go over there and come back quick?
He was over here for a while, I think. Didn't he do Preacher?
I don't know.
Positive on that. I've got those here, but I've never. Well, and I've read them, but it's been a long time. Let me check here. The Preacher special was Garth Ennis. Garth Ennis did Preacher. Yeah, I thought Wagner wrote some Batman for quite a while.
Right. Okay.
I thought I'd have to look him up here.
You're probably right. I just thought that mainly the British guys had a bad time, or not a good time, but I might be wrong.
No, they were probably the deadlines was what did them in. That's probably why they didn't handle a regular assignment.
Right.
You know, over in for 2000 AD, they didn't schedule a story until it was all in house.
Right.
John Wagner, still with us. Born in 49. Doctor Who, Bogeyman, and the
John Wagner's done a lot of work, hasn't he?
Won a lot of awards. Holy crap! Yeah, had a lot of nominations. Let's see there's his references. Yeah, they don't have a compendium of his work here on Wikipedia. Just a bare listing of his awards. Style and influence, 21st century. Yeah, but he wrote a lot of the Strontium Dog material. We'll get around to looking at that here pretty quick. I got a lot of Strontium Dog. I love that strip. Anyway. Let me share my screen here for a second. This is the man right there. That's Carlos.
He looks like one of his drawings, doesn't he?
Almost, yeah.
Yeah.
There he is. Great spaceships, always very I think Sid Mead influenced in his ships. They always had bulk. They always were round and looked more practical than some other spaceships that you've seen. Also well used.
You mentioned his son Hector colouring and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be interesting to see. Do we know what he's doing now? No, his dad's not here.
No idea. Nope. Wrong one. I don't think there's any listing for him.
Right. I'll tell you something I've noticed about Carlos Esquire is that he's very consistent in his faces, isn't he? You know what I mean? There's no... They always look like who they're supposed to look like. They're very simple, but it's very consistent.
Yeah. Huh. Let's try it again. I lost that page here. There we are. Nope, that's all it says. His son Hector, there's no link there. Between 2008 and 2012. So Might have just been doing it as a favor to his dad. Who knows?
Yeah, it makes you wonder, doesn't it? Maybe
Yeah.
just meeting that deadline, you know. Wow. There's that horrible red again. I mean, if there was
Love his
ever,
face.
if there was ever a comic illustration that shouldn't have been coloured, it's that first panel, isn't it? You can't see anything. It's not good, is it?
No, you lose a lot of the detail here in the space scene. Yeah, completely.
But that red balloon is awful, isn't it?
That's got to be taken off of the book. Look at that.
Yeah.
Off of the printed book.
Yeah, it's all muddy, isn't it?
It is.
Much
better in black and white. Yeah, go ahead.
Look where the spaceship's coming in to land on that crossroad, that horrible orange colour.
Yeah.
That's awful, isn't it? Not doing it any favours at all.
Nope. Haven't seen coloring this bad since UN Force. Yeah. I always loved his inking.
Yeah, I'd like to see his pencil work, you know, just to see what he's getting down. Because I suspect he does most of his work on the inking stage.
I bet he does. Yeah.
Just gets a basic drawing down and then goes for it.
Yeah.
Keeps it loose as well, doesn't it?
Yeah. Must have liked old American westerns, though. James Coburn.
Yeah.
Carl
Yeah. He said he went to Western, didn't it?
Yeah. Here we go again.
That'd have been good in black and white, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of colouring they're doing. Is it just mechanical colouring, or is it just it's not painted, is it?
This had to have been done almost by hand back in the 70s, right?
It won't be computers, no.
Early 80s, I think this was.
It's not working, is it?
Not at all. And you can see the dot kind of grid pattern here too, in some of it. They had to have shot that off of the comics. Bad tones. It even looks worse than what it looked originally printed. There's a kablam.
I like the underside of that ship there in that first panel.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's really sweet.
I also like the sort of shadow on the robot's head.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the tone of the lighting.
Yeah.
Well, that's good as well.
To give him shape, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Kablam.
It's great stuff here. There we go. Love this.
Yeah, that's better. No colour.
Yeah. Look at the line work here. The shading he's done. Fantastic.
It's great. The texture on the side of the ship as well.
Yeah.
Then that bloke's nose. Look at that.
Oh, yeah. The Nixon guy.
Yeah. What was great about his artwork is he wasn't afraid to cartoonify something or extend things. It meant that his characters looked different.
Yeah.
Again, you're losing that spaceship.
Yeah.
Not good.
Love the way it looks, though. I'm not the coloring, but the
design. It's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah. I agree with that, yeah.
But nice horrible, and bulky. It looks huge.
Horrible, I can't even say it. Horrible red on that. It's a bit.
Oh, yeah. Garish.
But yeah, that spaceship's fantastic.
Yeah. Wonderful line work again. Here. It's all line work. No zip screens, no gray tones, no washes. It's just lines. The El Dorado.
Mhm. He does have what I'd call a very European style, which he would, wouldn't he?
Yeah.
Mm.
Just super unique. That's what I love about it. You know,
Yeah.
very individual look to it. You can look at anybody else's art and look at his art and know that he done it. You know, at least during this material, the stuff that he did all the inking on himself, and you know, didn't have a deadline looming over his head.
Wow.
Yeah, little dot patterns.
Yeah, that's fantastic, isn't it? Wow.
Old 70s stuff here. Late 70s, early 80s. It's a nice design.
I like the way the girl's leaning on the door on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
When she comes in, yeah. Baby, sweetheart.
Shooting them all up.
Yeah, it was really heavy. That I was looking at that. It's fantastic, isn't it? The way that cross hatching and everything he does. It's really heavy.
And here it's so super light and done by hand in the background. You can see it's
Yeah. Yeah.
hand done.
I imagine he's using a pen for this. You know, I don't think there's a lot of brushwork in it.
Yeah, probably in a lot of this. It's marker pen, a
Mm.
couple of different sizes.
Wow, look at that. What a great spaceship.
Yeah, I love the way that's streaking off. It's 3 rockets behind it. It's great.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
yeah. It's
No,
brilliant,
the
isn't it?
bottom right-hand
Here.
panel. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool. Back in the old routine.
No, it's only using 2 engines. Brilliant.
Yeah. Things were so much rustic back during that this period. When it comes to
Yeah.
coloring like that, you don't. It's got its own charm, but just it's a little Yankee, not Yankee, a little jolting, running from
Yeah.
the color pages to the black and white.
Yeah. I wonder if it's coloured with markers.
I don't know. I don't think so. Might have been.
You know, those like using advertising for doing the layouts of roughs and things, visuals. Because if it was, that could have been, they could have done that on the artwork, couldn't they? On the page.
Yeah.
And wrecked it.
Yeah, that might be why they're shooting off the books.
Yeah.
So they've got nice and crisp files for the black and white, though. Clark. Barge floating on the water. Just love this stuff. Almost like an underground Robert Crumb feel to it sometimes. With some
It does,
of the
yeah.
line work. Yeah.
That's a good point, yeah.
Very beautifully informal stuff. I just find it engaging. Crump.
Find the lady. There she is.
Plenty of girls had tried to spend my money during my tour of the city's bars, but there was something different about this one, something familiar. Then I realized what it was. It made my blood run very, very cold. I knew that I'd found my pretty, murderous little Angelina. I couldn't mistake her. And although she'd only ever seen me when I was wearing a smoked glass space helmet, there was a flash of recognition in her eyes. I began to wonder, had I found her or had she found me?
Oh. She looks really pleased to see him.
Yeah, shoots him. She didn't kill because she had to. She killed because she enjoyed it. Then the fifth slug ripped towards my head. Everything went blacker than the space between the galaxies. But he got better.
He had to.
Those robots, look at that. This, its eyes in its shoulders.
Yeah.
As it just walks into the wall there on the top right, on the other side, on the right hand page.
Here. Yeah.
Yeah.
What it looks like. What gives with the droid? Who knows? Damn M10s are always overloading anyway. Forget it. Get a tag on this stiff's foot and skip him down to the meat fridge. Yeah.
Freak out.
Kind of a line pattern here.
That's one of your famous blank pages, Randy.
Yeah.
Because it comes to a double spread.
Right.
They must have had
They
a could have put a cover there, couldn't they?
That or a picture of the main character here.
Yeah.
I want to kill you all.
Wow, what a great sequence
scenery.
that is.
Yeah. Smacking him around, hitting him with a chair. Tossing him out.
Great the way he's picking him up and then he's throwing him. That's really good.
Yeah. Great scene here. Knowing just enough to show people what they need to know. Main influence, all the detail here.
Yeah.
Keep your eye there on the action. That sled. Officers, but not quite judges, huh?
Yeah, is that Tom Selleck they've arrested there?
Could be. He's got the mustache. I was wondering who he patterned him after.
Yeah, those helmets those guys have got, those policemen or whatever they are, they look a bit like those policemen on the Minority Report, don't they? Tom Cruise thing.
Yeah, could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's more like it. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's great.
Got to be our main character in a wig. Is that what that is? That's nice. Yeah, he disguised himself up.
Yeah, he dyed his hair.
Yeah. Added a 70s porn stash.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. By Grud.
Great shot here.
That's Nick Fury, isn't it? In that Shield #1. The Stranko thing. Climbing up that building.
Yeah.
I jumped. Ooh. Oh, what a great sequence again. Those 3 pans at the bottom. It's me, pal. It ain't gonna be me. Ah!
Excellent. Off you go.
See you later, perhaps. Oof.
Classic 70s fight scene.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could do that, couldn't you, Ross?
I've done it.
Yep, more ships, more little tanks there. It's pretty cool.
They look like Judge Dredd helmets, don't they? Those tanks. You can see where he's going, where he got it from.
Yeah.
Nice open panel above it.
Mm-hmm. No need to keep them in. They're flying out anyway.
Yeah.
No need to contain them. Like choices like that. Oh, that's nice too.
Yeah.
Laser ignition. Dive, dive, dive.
It's the mole.
Yeah. It lifts up on its own legs, though, apparently.
Yeah. That's a great drawing of that girl, isn't it, on the chair there with the meal.
Yeah. Like it.
That's good, though.
Again, just a shortened background here. Didn't have to take it all the way.
They've both got the same haircut now, haven't they?
Pretty much.
Look at that guy there, just on the previous page at the top in the second panel, in the centre. It looks like a Strontium Dog's helmet, that doesn't it?
It does. Yep. Very much in that style. Oh, there we are.
Oh,
Wow.
that'd have been good in black and white.
Bosh.
Yeah.
That's great.
And the color just really cuts into a lot of the detail here. Beautifully done.
Angelina. It's even the gun she's using, the weaponry are unique, isn't it, as well? Gives it its own place, you know.
It's got his own style for that kind of stuff. So
Yeah.
That looks like a gun Strontium Dog would use real easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything's got a used look to it. You know, nothing looks real shiny and new. Everything he draws looks lived in, practical. As practical as possible. Carl Malden again.
Does she get a lobotomy or just a plain firing squad?
And never thought I'd be pleased to get stuck by a tranquilizer dart, but as the warm, painless darkness closed over me, I was really rather grateful.
He's got his blonde hair back.
Disguise. Say, okay, Gerrit, she's perfectly normal now. Her memories of her past are rather vague, that's all. What happened to your poor face, Jim? Oh, or the pussycat scratched me. You made a good job of her. In Skip couldn't get all the criminal tendencies out, but we got rid of her love of killing. She'd make a great agent. It's against my better judgment, but they would make a great team. We'll have to watch the pair of them like hawks, though. If ever they turned criminal again, we'd never stop them. Oh, a little half page here.
Oh, they're
Actually,
actually,
finished the story.
yeah.
Yeah, we're almost at the top of the hour, folks. We're looking at Stainless Steel Rat by Carlos Esquera from the Harry Harrison novels, broken down by Kelvin Cosnell. So now it's Stainless Steel Rat Saves the World.
Wow, look at that. That's a typical Esquera drawing, isn't that? That splash page there. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
The whole thing is just great. Look at that caveman whacking him on the head with that club.
It's a year or two later after the first story, I believe. Right, looks like 1970. 71? No, that can't be right. That's got to be when the original work was copywritten. Let me check here. Prague's 156 through 177 was the second one. It ended at the first one was 140 to 151. So this started up about almost 2 years later. Right? No. It's a 171, right?
2 years in our time, not the story time.
No, about 10 weeks later.
10 weeks.
10 weeks later, after the first one was printed, this one was printed. Maybe closer to 15. That's a few months. Unique looking face.
It's like Roy Thomas, that guy with the beard, doesn't he?
It does almost. Yeah. Put some glasses on it.
Wow, look at that.
He's
great,
knocked out of the center spread, so now we're solid black and white. So it's all
move.
line work here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good move to move him out from the colour.
It's all great line and stipple work here. Same thing here. It's all line work. There we go. With a helicopter and a motorcycle.
Wow. Lots of fighting in this strip, isn't there?
Yeah.
That last panel there, the side view, leaving that jaw line like it's waiting for a bit of colour on it, isn't it? Kind of thing Frank Bellamy would do.
Yeah. You see that a lot in the Filipino artists too, like the Erie material, Vampirella and that Morodo would do stuff like that. That's beautiful.
When he puts like that helicopter on that car, it doesn't seem to work as well, does it? Because it looks too earthly, if you know what I mean. Good, well drawn and everything, but in the bikes, it doesn't seem science fiction as it's supposed to be.
Maybe he got sent back in time.
He likes kicking people in the nuts.
Yeah. Has he gone back in time?
That looks like a time tunnel.
Yeah, it does. Kind of thing. Here he is falling to earth.
Ice in his. That's brilliant.
Oh, speaking of time tunnel,
the helicopter and the
right, Hell's Angel. Speaking of time tunnel, James Darren died the other week, didn't he?
Yeah, about a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
Now our local, our not local, but our national media, about all they noted him for was he was a heartthrob, did a couple of movies, and I'm like, dude, that's his big claim to fame for anybody out there anymore is Time Tunnel. Don't know what you're talking about.
And he was in Guns and Navarone, wasn't he?
Guns and Navarone, yeah. He was. I think he was in an Elvis movie too, at one point.
Right. He was a singer as well, wasn't he?
James Darren, yeah, he had a couple of albums.
I think he had a great career from what I know about him.
But they really glossed over it though on the news. More focused on his acting career. They mentioned his recording career. They didn't mention Time Tunnel at all.
He had a similar look and career like Stuart Damon, didn't he, off the Champions? He was a singer as well.
James Darren, 36 to September 2nd, 2024. He died about four weeks ago. Known by his stage name. His real name was James William Ercolani. Ercolani.
Is he Greek?
He's an American television film actor, television director, and singer. During the 50s and early 60s, he's notable, for starring and supporting role in films. His Gidget movies. That's what it is. Gidget and its sequels. He also appeared in the Gene Krupa story, All the Young Men in 1960 and Guns and Navarone in 61. Diamond Head in 62. As a pop singer, he sang hit singles including Goodbye Cruel World in 1961. He later became more active in television, starring as Dr. Anthony Newman in the science fiction series Time Tunnel. He had the regular role of Officer James Corrigan in the police drama T.J. Hooker. That's probably his longest gig. That ran from 1982 to 1986. And performed as Vic Fontaine, in a reoccurring role in Star Trek Deep Space Nine for a couple of years. I didn't mention any of that in the news. Outside of his singing and acting career in the Gidget movies. Gidget and singing. Yeah, he had a big career, long career. Good on him.
Yeah.
In the late 1970s and early 1980s, Darren was the host of Portrait of a Legend, a weekly show in which he conducted an interview with a popular musician about their career, interspersed with classic performance footage of that artist. Artists who appeared included Jerry Lee Lewis, Little Richard, Sly Stone, and Herb Alpert. And the show appeared mostly on PBS. Did a lot of directing in the 80s. September 2nd, 2022, Darren died of a heart failure in his sleep at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center in Los Angeles. He was already having trouble then. In the weeks before his death, Darren was experiencing issues relating to the function of his aortic valve. His doctors judged his condition too fragile to undergo surgery and repair it.
Wow.
Too far gone. He's got a list of his singles here from 1958 through 62, 65, 66, all the way through 78. Kicked out a lot of singles. Did a whole set of albums, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 albums, and quite a filmography. So, yeah.
He did okay, didn't he?
Yeah, James Darren, folks.
And he met Jack Kirby because there's a picture of him with Jack in his house.
Yeah.
So he might have been a comics fan as well. You never know.
Yeah, could have been. Wouldn't surprise me. Saw a couple of videos lately of Ruben Blades, actor and Grammy Award winner for his music. He's got an extensive comic book collection.
Right.
I met him once out in San Diego when I was out there with Motor City Comics. Had a full setup. That they were back issue comic sellers. Then had a huge display. He come in, walked right behind the counter, and I stopped and looked at him. And then the other guy working on it with me come over and said, "No, he let him go. Sit back there. He does this every San Diego show and goes through all of the back stock looking for books." And then somebody walked up and looked at him and pointed at him and went, "Hey, aren't you?" And he went, "No, but I get it a lot. I just look a lot like him." That's all he said. I went, "Oh," and they walked away. It was funny. Anyway, back to the stainless steel rat. Here we go. He has to be back in time because that car.
Yep. And the buildings as well.
And that well done car, by the way. Look at that. Sweet.
Not a ruler in sight.
No,
Yeah.
doesn't look like it. Not that that's a bad thing.
No,
Stuff
absolutely not a bad thing. No.
Very stylized to his work.
Look at that. As he just reversed into it. Bang, crunch.
Yeah.
Scream.
This is thinking to himself, perfect, complete chaos.
Look at that pile up there.
It's right out of the Blues Brothers. Look at that.
Yeah. Bebo, Bebo, Bebo.
Let's looking at this.
Oh, he's tried to get a bit Eisner there, hasn't he, on that middle panel on the other page?
Here?
No, on the other side. That one. Tried to get a bit Eisner with those buildings.
Yeah. Blending them off. Very light lines back here on the other side of the window. I just love this, though. That's sweet.
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
It's a nice angle, isn't it? That?
Yeah, it is. It's kill or be killed.
Look at that Marlon Brando, isn't it? Look at that second to last panel. That guy from the side. Oh,
Right here.
that one. Marlon
Yeah.
Brando, isn't it, that?
Sure does. This kind of reminds me of Christopher Lambert, though.
Yes, it
Yeah.
does, yeah. What was I saying about consistent faces?
Mm-hmm.
The same guy to the left, standing with his arms folded, looks like Tharg.
Yeah.
He turns into Marlon Brando and then into Christopher Lambert.
He's a snake man, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's done that on purpose to prove me wrong. Wow, look at that.
That's great. Look at that.
Look at that. How good is that? It's good. Look at that.
It's crazy. Thick line there.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
Yeah. He always did these broken, thick lines.
He's
that were
starting.
interesting.
Yeah, he's starting to do that, like you say on the line. He's starting to do it on that one. That sort of little blocky thing he does.
Mm-hmm.
Die, damn you.
You see a lot of that. Pardon me. You see a lot of that on Strontium Dog.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's
Yeah.
later, isn't it? He's just sort of finding it on this one.
I think he was doing Strontium Dog by this time too.
Right.
Pretty sure he was.
Strontium Dog was early on, I think.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord,
Star-Lord
yeah.
was his
Yeah.
first appearance. That was
Right.
what? 78?
I think around then.
77, I think, and then I think 2000 AD was 78.
Right.
76, 78. No, you're right. 78, Star-Lord 1 and 2.
Mm.
Right.
Yep. 78 through 79. Through
Would this have been around 80, 81?
his first 2000 AD was Prague number 178 with Strontium Dog. So that was after this then. So he was doing Star-Lord at this point. He's probably doing a chapter of each a week.
Getting better all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a huge amount of Strontium Dog work, ranging from 78 all the way through 88. Nope, I take that back. All the way through 2018.
Wow.
So yeah, he was on that for
It's like
30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
His last credit for Strontium Dog was The Sun in 2000 AD, Prague number 2073 to 2081. So yeah, he was through working in 2000 most of its existence. That's sharp to have that long of a career.
Yeah.
Just a ton of Judge Dredd material too.
This will show you where I am. Is 2001 still published?
2000, yeah, it's still being published.
Sorry,
Last time I knew.
2000 AD, sorry.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah.
Is it monthly or quarterly or something?
Monthly.
Right. Is it the same people in it, or is it different characters and writers and
Oh.
artists?
Different
It's all
characters and writers.
All different. Yeah.
Yeah. There's Judge Dredd's the only constant in that.
Mm.
He was working on Judge Dredd from 77 to 2017,
Wow.
off and on, doing individual stories, annual stories. Yeah, there's quite a lot. Mostly with John Wagner. Yeah. Yep, all the way through 2017. That's crazy.
Wow.
Just a ton of stories. At least
Yeah.
two computer pages worth. Take forever to count them.
Wow.
Got to be a good 60, 70 stories at least. Not counting his Strontium Dog work or the other work that he did. Did a lot of Tharg the Mighties for a while.
He went into Crisis, didn't he, as well, when Pat Mills released Crisis, I think in 1990, I think it was.
You list the stainless steels here. Third World War, Pat Mills, and Crisis 1 through 6 and 9 through 14. Yeah, that was in 88, 89. All About Eve, Crisis 20 and 21. Don't know how many issues Crisis ran for.
Not many, I don't think. I don't think it was very successful.
I got a couple of them.
I remember getting issue 1 and being disappointed.
It wasn't great. Yeah, I don't think it was. I went off it quite quickly.
Yeah, I think I only bought the first 2.
Oh.
It got very political, as I remember, and I thought, well,
yeah,
you're allowed your opinion, but I don't need to read about it. That's not what I want a comic for, really.
Taking it the next step over, huh? Turning it, going a little bit more wildly political.
Yeah.
I remember picking up Warrior when it came out. That was amazing. I thought that was great.
That was a good magazine, Warrior.
Yeah.
That Dead Skin.
And that, Dead Skin. That only lasted, I think, 11 or 12 issues, but it was incredibly memorable. And
all these
Vendetta come out of there.
For anybody listening, all these stainless steel rat and 2000 ADs and all this stuff we're talking about at the moment are all in Crikey magazine. If you want the copy, get in touch.
Another negative space here. Working no panel border. Looks nice.
It's very, very gritty artwork, isn't it?
Yeah. It's part of the fun.
Yep.
Helicopters. He is jumping.
Look at that, way through the hangar upside down. Yeah, I'm sure it'd be able to do that. Hope the water's warm.
So look at them teeth. Yeah. Very much an underground feel there.
Yeah.
For that work. Especially this page. It's got that look to me.
Yeah.
Might be why his style was so appealing to Mills. So.
Yeah. Could be.
Oh, that tank coming through. Oh,
look at that. That's the best thing he's done. Look at that. Has he signed it as well?
Yes, he did right here.
Yeah, I bet he did if he thought I'm signing this one.
Yeah.
Got St. Paul's in the background.
Right there.
This
looks like that's great, isn't it? Yeah.
It's fantastic, isn't it?
Brilliant.
It's all beautiful shade work here. The cross.
Spent some time on that one, hasn't he?
Yes, he did.
That's great. Like I said, he's even signed this one. He's thought, I like this one. And the guy looking out the window at the top. No, on the other page.
Oh,
He's there. He's there in the window. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah. All sorts of great little touches here.
Yeah. All that detail on that aircraft there.
Here.
That one, yeah. It was like a Harrier jump jet. That aircraft.
Yeah.
There, that.
And again, it's all line work.
Yeah.
It's all lines. It's beautiful. A thinner line for the guy back here to drop him back. Thinner lines here for the same reason. Drop it back a little bit.
So it's all mixed up then because there's a tank there, and the guy at the bottom right is obviously sort of French Civil War type of person, isn't he? Mm-hmm. And now they flying a French flag on the big page. Looks like a French flag.
It does, yeah.
So probably telling the story, I would imagine. But that guy looks like a sort of a legionnaire, whatever you call him, doesn't he? French.
Yeah.
That, Napoleon type of. What's Napoleon? 1810.
Yeah.
I bet he wished he had tanks and he'd done some damage if he did. Whack. It's very dark, this art, isn't it? When I say dark, I mean a lot of black in it.
A lot of grit to it, yeah.
Yeah. Throwing off the bridge there. Wow.
It's probably nighttime in the story, and he knew that it wasn't going to be in color. So
yeah,
took full advantage. All the wonderful cross hatching here.
That's great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Don't move, scum.
As well as a brick pattern.
Got a pistol. One of those flintlock things.
Yeah.
Look at that. Brilliant. And that when he's crawling out of the water there, look at all the crap coming off his uniform.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Oh, here. That's great, yeah.
Because it'd be full of crap, wouldn't it, that water? Literally.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, it's really improving, isn't it, in art? Not that it was bad. Wow.
Wonderful. Fade here. It's great stuff. Love that too.
Yeah.
Nice curve.
Great work on those wheels on that carriage on the first page as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, isn't it? A nice drawing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow, great!
Look at that cannon.
Look at the cannon on that boat. That's fantastic.
Boom.
The amount of black there is on this page as well. It's really solid.
Mm-hmm. It used to be a device for throwing a lead ball rather inaccurately, since it was now a very accurate missile launcher.
Look at that Baram. Fantastic, isn't it?
Yeah. Bodies here flying. Oh, there we are. Look at that interior. That's a little bit of time right there. No, this is great.
He's really spent some time on this, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Must have been enjoying it.
You can tell he's knocking it out of the park here. Just great stuff. Oh, freehand. It looks like maybe a little bit of ruler here. No, not really. Just a steady hand, it looks like to me. Shade work back here. I have come for you. It's a futuristic gun.
God, die, you monster. Yeah. Wow.
One forever, all time is mine. He must be jumping through time to different time periods to stop this guy.
Yeah.
Yarg. Been so long since I've read this.
Oh, Tharg's back.
Yeah.
Tharg Marlon Christopher is back. And he's going, that bottom left panel looks like Joe 90's little thing that spins around.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's called the rat, isn't it, that he uses?
Yeah.
Look at all that cross hatching on that last panel.
Yeah.
It took me ages.
It's all cross hatching here.
I just think there's probably a computer program that does that at the flick of a button. How good is that?
Oh, not at this time.
No, not then, but there will be now.
Yeah.
Whereas I'd enjoy doing it.
Yeah.
It's all a challenge, folks.
All part of the fun.
Yeah. I mean, why press a button when you can spend 4 hours doing it?
Yep.
Because it's like, what did you do today? Oh, I pressed the button. And what did you do today? I spent 4 hours cross-hatching in the background.
Yeah. Angelina.
Look at that. She's back. He's turned into Garth, hasn't he? With time travel.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. It's more hatch work here.
Just
Back
superb.
here as well.
This particular story is really good.
Yeah.
Angelina. That girl, that Angelina, that full length. See the helmet? That's kind of an Ian Gibson Halo Jones design, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, quite a bit.
Superb.
This visor's up though because it comes back down.
Right.
Yeah, it went up into the hat. Nice. More line work here. All this gray tones, nothing but lines. Oof.
Wow.
Splash. Right in time to meet a snail snake. Great stuff. Look at that.
Fabulous, isn't it?
Eyes are up here. He's got googly eyes too. Yeah. Gets shot in the eye. Love that though.
That's fantastic, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's good as well. He's falling in the water on the other page. That splash.
Mm-hmm.
It's great.
It's a high kick.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Meet the Martians.
Apparently, they needed a story recap here. Catch everybody up.
He's got his strontium dog helmet on.
Does. Sure does.
Look at that bottom panel there with the rain. The way he's done the rain.
Mm-hmm.
Not fantastic.
Yeah. Just looking at that castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Again, it's all just line work. A little bit of ruler work. It looks like a real thin line. That's nice here too.
Yeah.
That's
kind of a. If you look at that panel there that you just pointed out,
mm-hmm.
that looks a bit like Ian Gibson legs, doesn't it, on the girl?
Yeah.
You know that shape he always puts them in like a pose, doesn't he?
Yeah. Oh, and again, they're probably feeding off of each other. They're looking at each other's work all the time at this point, I'm sure.
Oh God, look at that. Look at those missile silos. Fantastic. Yeah.
Just that whole illustration right there. It's that whole illustration. Sweet. Again, dropping them back. Dude,
Yeah,
solid.
almost a silhouette. Yeah.
Yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Wow. That's almost Kevin O'Neill, isn't it?
Yeah, very much so.
That very long.
Yeah.
Wow. He's really getting in stride with this stuff, isn't he?
In front here.
Good at kicking, isn't he, this guy?
They like to use their feet a lot. Yeah.
Wow, look at that. Look at those steps.
That took a minute.
Just a bit.
Yeah. I like how they come in, they wind around.
Yeah.
And yet there's no detail there. It's lines right here. It's well placed lines. Nice scrolling shot there. It's good too. Look at that. Attacked by the plants, it looks like.
Burn it.
Damn it, I'm not getting a reading. But he's behind that door. That door bot. To be. That says to something. To be.
Can't see it.
Yeah. And let's find out with a high explosive. Boom. Doors. Gotta be. That's what it says. Gotta be. Damn it, I'm not getting a reading, but he's behind that door. Gotta be. Let's find out with a high explosive.
Wow. It's got the lighting on that top left panel there.
Yeah.
That's fantastic, isn't it? Thank God they didn't colour it in.
Yeah.
Cosmic cube going to hit them on the head.
From the time helix. Right. Graduated tone there. Just gonna keep moving. Nice work
Keep
here.
on moving. Keep on moving.
Nosey's back. You hit the end with a couple of kids. Come on, Dad. Let's steal old Skip's spaceship and rob a bank. And how can we refuse? There's a whole galaxy out there, and our stainless steel ratlets have got to learn to run in it. Yeah, gotta learn to run in it. Here's stainless steel rat for president. A little bit tighter on the inking here, even with that.
Yeah, it's like he's lost his bottle of ink now, isn't it? He's
Yeah,
used it all in
thinned
the
up.
previous story. She won't
Thinned
fix
up a
it.
little
That's not
Yeah.
good, is it, Russ?
No.
Mind you, at the time.
Still got a little bit of the cross hatching going on. Just looks like he's using a thinner pen
Yeah.
up in here.
Yeah, it's a different approach.
Yeah, it is. Huh.
So he's even doing her hair, isn't he? It was black
Mm.
in the earlier story.
I think this was a couple of years later too,
Right.
past the previous one.
Well, he seems to have lost his style. Well, the previous. I like the previous one with the heavy blacks. That's really good.
Oh
Again,
yeah. Stainless steel rat saves the world was in 1980. This is in 1984 to 85.
Wow. So it's half a decade later then.
Yeah, so he's doing work for DC at this point too. So this is more closer to the stuff he was doing for DC.
Right.
Oh, well, we'll roll through this a little faster than. And it doesn't look like it's strontium stuff at all. In a lot of it.
Yeah.
You'd have seen a lot more time taken.
Well, yeah, he's probably, as you said, he's probably very busy.
He's probably incredibly busy at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, that spaceship there would have been. There'd been a lot more blacks on that spaceship, wouldn't there?
Oh yeah.
Still good though, but and he'll be doing Dread at this point, won't he? Mid-80s.
Oh, he's bouncing all over the place at this point. Yeah. He started his first Dread story was in 77, I think.
Yeah, he was there at the beginning, so it would have been
Yeah, right at the beginning.
Do
First couple, number 5 is the one that he's credited with.
Right.
He's coming in on and Robot Wars. And let's see what he's doing here around the 80s. He's not doing a lot of dread material at this point. The Man Who Knew Too Much ran in 2000 AD, 439 or 438 and 439. A couple of annual stories in 85 and 84. A couple more annual stories. Yeah, mostly annual work. I must have paid a little better, huh?
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Doing that, working on those hardback annuals. And it's almost like a different style. If he wasn't still doing the occasional crosshatch look here, you almost think it was a different person. Still got little bits of his style working in though.
Yeah, and like you said, a lot thinner line.
Yeah, a lot thinner.
So he got married to Angelina, did he? And had a couple of sprogs.
Yeah.
Right. Is that those two in the background? They're grown up.
Probably.
So they're what, 15, 16. So this is quite a while on in his timeline.
Yeah.
Sproglets.
Yeah, Sproglets.
From 2000 AD, there would be Sproglets.
Yeah. And yet he still finds time. Like, look at the third panel on the left, that helmet shine. He still finds time to do that, to get that definition.
Yeah.
I think he's just lightened his touch on this, that's all.
Yeah.
He's probably working a lot quicker. Yeah, a lot thinner line. Kind of getting back into it here. It's looking better.
Yeah. It's still nice, but it's just not as. I think the previous story was a lot better, the artwork.
Yeah, a lot grittier. It's really cleaned his stuff up quite a bit here. Yeah, see, there'd be lines all over this.
Yeah. Dogs, swine.
That's nice.
Is Carlos the only artist on this?
Yes.
Stainless steel wrap.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
Right. Which is great for a single volume, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Same team.
Had to put on a disguise and wear that 70s stash again.
Yeah.
That's better.
Yeah.
A little better. Still pretty loose there in the background. Not bad, though.
Those rotors are really moving, aren't they? Really spinning around.
Yeah. There he is back here, doing a little thicker line, broken line.
Yeah, he's putting those blobs on it, isn't he, there?
Mm-hmm. This is pretty nice.
I think he's drawing himself, though.
I think he's still drawing James Coburn there.
Yeah. Well, look at the cross-action on the bridge thing under the helicopter as well, that building there. Did you just mention that?
Yeah.
That's great. And against that black, against that solid black.
Let me find a good picture here. Straight on. There's our guy.
Yeah. James Colburn.
That's the face he was working on.
Mm-hmm.
Likeness. We got 20 minutes left to go. We got to be in under 2. I'm going to zoom through a little more of this.
Again, you see that crash on the bottom panel there. That work is great, isn't it? The
Yeah.
shadow on the car and the wheels. That's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. His friend here almost reminds me of Speed Buggy.
Yeah. It also looks like kettlefish, doesn't it? That at the end, the front of it.
A little.
his mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. Here.
Yeah.
There's some of that old shading.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
Yeah. Straight lines here for the background.
Oh. Shot the girl.
Nice. Yeah.
She dead.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think she's earthquake. Sorry.
That second panel, that nose is a bit dodgy, isn't it, on that guy? Talking to him. Like it's drooped. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's just.
Well, there's a lot of odd mutants in Strontium Dog that have different strange noses.
It's almost like his style was perfect for that story, really.
Oh, yeah. Very much so.
Look at that. Fantastic. Yeah.
So nice. This looks a little clunky here. Some dots for eyes. Okay.
There's a lot of work in that face.
Tied up to the tiger tread. Yeah. Tank tread, I should say. He's going to get squished.
Oh, he's on the tank tread, isn't? Oh my god!
It's like Donald Sutherland here.
Yeah,
almost. That's nice though. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, must have just knocked her out because there she is. She's back. So, still good. Giving him a book on how to win the election. How to rig. Pardon me, how to rig an election. I think that was written by Hillary.
There you go.
Oh, Sam, somebody. That's a nice shot there.
Yeah.
Very nice. I like that. Looks like he might have had a little more. He took a little more time. Might have had a little more time.
Yep.
And he's had there for a little while. This whole chapter looks really good. It's nice and solid. Look at that.
It's almost like a Chris Foster sign, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, Chris Foster, cover artist, science fiction cover artist.
Mm-hmm. It's got the I always think of Sid Mead when I think of that stuff. The machinery looking nice and full and practical.
Yeah, and dirty, and it's been used.
It's really good at that stuff. Oops.
They did that with Jerry Anderson did that with the Thunderbirds, especially Thunderbirds. When they finish the models, they'd rub oil on them and stuff like that to make them look dirty and real and that they've been used, not shiny models. That's what they used to do.
Looks like they weren't trying to get very inventive here. That's cutout letters that you used to buy the font.
It was on Letraset, wasn't it? That I can't remember.
Letraset. Yeah.
That's just one of them 70s typefaces, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it was called. Sure, he used it at college.
Whole sheets of it. It's like neon something.
Yeah. Was it neon line? Neon fine line or something?
Could be, yeah.
No. That guy saying no looks like Jason Statham. He should have been Bond.
He does a bit.
Should be Bond. That guy is really good.
Yeah.
Getting on a bit now, though, isn't he?
I'm going to say he's 57 now. He might not be.
He's a year older than me. so I'm too old to play Bond.
Well, I've got no chance then.
There we are.
It's like the space shuttle, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trouble, Dad. You don't say, kid.
Loving this.
Ooh.
Re-entry. Looks great.
It's Alan Tracy, isn't it? His son.
Yeah. It's the 3-rat splat. Oh, yeah. Here he is, kicking it out of the park. Look at that. That's beautiful. Strong. We've got less than 10 minutes.
Keep going.
Yeah, we can't go over. So we're going to have to do a quick exit.
Right.
Again, great line work there. That's nice.
How long have you got to go now on the book?
Not very much. A couple more chapters.
You could cut it now if you wanted. It's okay. If you need to get out.
10 minutes. We can go through it in a hurry.
Okay.
It's not enough there to do another chapter on. That's a nice face.
Right. Yeah, he's got some more time again, hasn't he?
Yeah, looks that the last couple chapters.
Yeah,
He's
he must have
back.
finished. He's finished that DC job, and he's got another
Yeah.
week.
That's probably it. Probably
But,
exactly what it was too. You can see
wow.
he's taking his time here and knocking it out. I mean, not just knocking it out.
I know what you mean.
It's really nice. Maybe he saw the last bit of it coming, so decided to make the last few chapters take a little extra time on the last few chapters. He's getting shot. It really looks like James Colbert there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how it ends. He gets shot,
Right.
and then he's okay.
And that's the end. That's
it. That's the end. There you go.
There's a few cover galleries.
Covers.
It does look like Tharg.
yeah.
For Prague.
In that weird scene, that Napoleonic guy with the machine gun.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Couple wraparounds here.
That guy there on the left looks like Harry Dean Stanton. Bless him.
There we go.
Wow.
Here he is.
Excellent. That's really good.
Galactic Agent Con Man President. Stainless steel rat. Right there, brought to you from Rebellion 2000 AD, folks. This book is still available on Amazon. Highly recommend it. The story is phenomenal. The artwork is even better. Can't go wrong with it, Square. You just can't. So, really glad you stopped by today. We have 8 minutes to get out of here. So,
Skedaddle.
7 minutes. We got to skedaddle. Russ, let folks know how to find you.
You can find me at russleach.com. Sign up for the newsletter there. The Atlantean is on its way. Crowdfunder is up soon. So check us out. Go to russleach.com and sign up for that email list. Thank you.
Funmycomic.com. Go over there and look under the Atlantean. It's probably already up. Glenn, tell folks how to find you.
Yeah, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram and all the usual places. From my comic, if you put my name in Google, I'm sure something will come up. You can go on Amazon. I've got 12 books up on Amazon, varying subjects. So yeah, just put my name in Google. I'm sure you'll find something.
All right. And folks, I've been your host, Randy Zimmerman. You can find my work over at aerocomics.store. You can find such books like Hero Bot Zero, Paragon, Calico, all sorts of great stuff over there. Aerocomics.store. More stuff on the way. More new stuff being added to the store all the time. So keep looking at aerocomics.store. Deeply appreciate everybody stopping by today. We know the majority of our viewers are after the fact. And even though this was a pre-recorded program, next Sunday we will be live. So we'll be back here to take your abuse on the chat room, and hope you'll stop back by then. If there's anything that you want us to take a look at, feel free to drop a comment, hit the like button. Any type of interaction with this show or any of our programs just goes to help our algorithms. We deeply appreciate you being out there. We hope you are as inspired as we are looking at this material. So much great sequential artwork out there just waiting for you to discover from literally all over the world. So stop back by. There's Bogeyman on the way. Strontium Dog will be here eventually. Rogue Trooper might be up next week. There's all sorts of stuff for us to look at. Great things to see. Go visit your local retailer. Look at those boxes in his back stock. You'd be amazed what great comics are out there waiting to be discovered. And if you know some great comics and you know somebody who will appreciate them, give them out. Give them out for gifts. The holiday season's coming up, so don't be afraid to give somebody a copy of the book that you love. You know, spread the love. So, and try to be a little more social on these antisocial platforms. Anything else? Did we cover it all? Fundmycomic.com. Look for Hatch Annotated. Look for Atlantean up there. There's more stuff at arrowcomics.store. The remaining few copies that we have left of Shadow Kingdom are available there. There are copies also available over at criticalblast.com. Barnes & Noble, Amazon have it available for ordering. Your local bookstore, if they deal with the Ingram ordering system, should be able to order the book from their local bookstore. And do celebrate your local bookstore and try to patronize them as often as you can, as well as your local comic retailer. Read alternative and independent comics, especially ours. We'll see everybody soon.
See ya.
Friday morning, 5 a.m., Comics by Night. We'll be looking at stuff, and then probably Rogue Trooper there. And then next Sunday, will probably be looking at The Bogeyman by John Wagner and Alan Grant, I think it was. Alan Grant.
I love a boogie.
No time to look. It's a bogey, but it's okay.
Boogie,
Take care, everybody. Thanks for coming.
Nas Vidania.
See you soon. See you on the next one. Take care. Right there.
It means you're a catcher, not a pitcher.
Let's talk about buttered sausage.
Holy shit. That is the craziest thing I have ever seen. And I'm Dennis Quaid, and Dennis Quaid has seen some shit.
Taste the biscuit. Taste the goodness of the biscuit.